Gonna take it home to my Jesus, and that's good news. Good news. I got a heart up into the kingdom, and that's good news. And that's good news. I got a heart up into the kingdom, and that's good news. And that's good news. I'm gonna lay down this world, gonna shoulder up my shoulders, gonna take it home to my Jesus, and that's good news. Good news. Jesus, and that's good news. Good news, good news, good news, my Lord. And that's good
Hello, I'm Gloria Strode, and I'm sitting in for Gloria Strode, who's on assignment right now. Welcome to Straightforward with Gloria Strode. And I have with me today Mr. Jerry Jones, and he's here to tell us about a fantastic event that's coming up in the month of April, about mid-April. Rust College is going to come to our community again and bless us with some joyful noise.
That's right, that's right. And let me make a simple correction that it is the world-renowned Rust College.
Excuse me, the world-renowned Rust College. I'm happy that you corrected me on that. I wouldn't want to have it any other way.
Thank you very much. And first of all, thank you for y'all for allowing me to being here, okay? And to help spread some of the good news of this great choir from Hollow Springs, Mississippi, who I am alumni. I finished at Rust College.
Okay.
And Russ, this event will be taken the following Saturday, next Saturday, which would be the 13th.
Okay.
At St. John AME Church, that's 3980 Steam Mill Road.
Okay.
And I will encourage everybody to try to come a little early because we are expecting a possible overflow.
Overflow, because every time Rust College is here, not only is it well attended, there's a big crowd. And it's really a big event, you know, for our community, especially with you being an alumni, and then we have several others that are alumnus of Rust College. Absolutely. So that's good to hear.
Absolutely. And of course, last year was the first year they had missed. This would be the last 6 years, 5 or 6 years, and last year they did not come to Columbus for various reasons. So people have been calling, when are they coming back?
Yeah.
So to answer your question, they will be here. That will be the 13th of April, 7 o'clock at St. John AME Church, 3980 Steam Mill Road.
And we can understand last year them not being here. When you're in high demand, you know, calendars have to sync up, and you know, if you can't make it, you just can't make it. But that means that we got to make up for 2 years now.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, great. Hey, you know, Rust College is probably not some college that everybody knows about. Can you tell me a little bit about the institution itself? Yes,
Rust College is a small black college in the state of Mississippi.
Historically black college and university,
And 1866. And Rust College mostly revenue would come from the choir.
The choir?
Yes. There was a lady we call Mother Doxy. She started that around 1938.
Wow.
And at that time, they traveled in
So hold on a second. The colleges, the big portion of the revenue that supported the college's existence came from the choir going out and doing what it's getting ready to do here in Columbus, Georgia.
Absolutely.
Wow.
And what made it even so rewarding, wherever they went out, they attracted other students in music for scholarships. And they came from to Russ College from all over the Midwest. You know, they have been in every year. They'd be on a 2 weeks tour. You know, I mean, not a tour, but it's like most kids are on spring break.
Spring break, right.
No spring break. That spring break is traveling.
Wow, that's dedication, because frankly, I think most people are thinking about going to the beach or to the mountains or, you know, somewhere, Disney World, somewhere, and relaxing and getting ready for the final stretch in the academic year.
Right. Well, it is not like that for the a cappella choir. They are traveling for at least 2 weeks. In fact, when they're here, and I go from here to Atlanta, and then they go back to Russ, and immediately they start their trip. They start from Missouri, come all the way around Midwest, Minnesota, Ohio, Illinois, Chicago. And you have students normally in that choir from those different cities, because as they perform there, they also have auditions, as we'll be having here in Columbus, for seniors that want to be a part of that choir.
Okay, that's great. Well, I tell you what, it's a fantastic story that you got there, and we're going to talk more about that after we cut to our sponsors, so stand by. This is Straightforward with Gloria Strode. Again, I'm sitting in for Gloria. She's on assignment right now, and we'll be back after our sponsors.
Straightforward is brought to you by Chalk by Quincy introduces Excellence Redefined, timepieces of the finest technology, luxury, and class with tons of style at chalklifestyle.com. Renal Associates LLC, a team of physicians dedicated to excellent kidney care with 5 convenient locations to serve you: Stark Avenue, Columbus; Bradley Park Drive, Columbus; Lafayette Parkway, LaGrange; West Washington Street, Eufaula; and Spring Street in Warm Springs. Vanessa Jackson's District 3 Successful Scholars Program, supporting students in achieving academic excellence, outstanding citizenship, positive social and cultural growth, believing in success for kids. Dr. Sheikha Shaw Family Medicine, connecting your health to your future. Dr. Shaw prides herself in providing compassionate health care and establishing long-lasting relationships. Conveniently located at 2827 Warm Springs Road, Suite 3B. Call her today at 706-324-4177.
Walmart's reason for supporting Thurgood Marshall College Fund is simple. We like to win. And we have been given a lot of exposure to some incredible talent. And we also believe that it's a part of our responsibility to the community to give back. This is a great opportunity to do both. It's been a wonderful experience for us through the years. We've appreciated our partnership. We believe in return on investment, and we have definitely had a remarkable return.
Hi, this is Tolly Strode, and we're back with Jerry Jones to talk about an upcoming event, April 13th. We're going to host here in Columbus, Georgia, Rust College Choir, the Rust College Choir. And it's going to be a great event. They've been here before several times. They typically either don't have seats or they have to open up the overflow part of the venue that they're singing in and seat all of the folks if possible. And it's great for us to update everyone on the event coming up, as well as talk a little bit about the college and bring visibility to the historically black colleges and universities, not only in the state of Georgia, but also across the nation. And let's talk a little bit about Rust College. It's a little bit more about Rust College, because we had some good information that you shared earlier.
Well, I'm a graduate of Rust College myself, okay, and was not in the choir, but
I know you can sing.
No, you can talk to my wife. No.
In the shower, huh?
Yeah, not even in the shower, my wife said. But I learned I was an athlete, and to me it was about athletic.
What was your sport?
Basketball and baseball.
Okay.
But however, we was quickly advised and learned that it's not about sports. It's the choir and academics.
Yeah.
And we were, because, you know, I got in a little trouble about that because, you know, that Rush College has rules and regulations, and they are there.
Yeah.
And me being the captain of the baseball team, I decided we're going to go out and practice on a Sunday because it was very beautiful. And that was a no-no.
Yeah.
And I remember the president was telling me that, Brother Jones, the image of Rush College was here when you got here, and it's going to be here when you leave. And with that attitude, that will not be long. You know, so I got that message quickly.
Yeah.
And but these students, and what I noticed about the choir members, they were like they stuck together. You might see them down by the shrine and on campus walking around singing. You know, they rehearsed.
But that wasn't just singing, that was practicing.
Yeah, well, to me,
They were getting their harmonies
Right.
together and all of the technicals together.
Absolutely. And we could enjoy and appreciate their voices, you know, but at that freshman year, I did not realize just how much that meant to Rush College. And as I went into sophomore, junior, senior year, you know, I started going to their concerts. And God knows they could sing. And they are, you're familiar with Leontine Price. She is, her mother's a Rushite. And
What'd you say now, Rustite?
a Rushite. That's what we call it. Rushite.
Okay,
Yeah,
all
Rushite.
right. We got it. We got it going now.
And I know you're familiar with Anita Ward from Ring My Bell, the old song.
Yeah.
She's a Rushite.
Okay.
Okay. And
Now let me ask you this: Can you sing "Ring My Bell"? That's a very easy song.
No, don't even. I'm not going to go there. And if my wife probably saying something, please don't do it, Jerry. No, I'm not going to try that. But that was I think Anita's from Memphis area, yes. And we had numerous people that's out in the world now that in the music field, choir directors and at high school.
So this was a training ground. Rush College Choir is a training ground for many accomplished singers, probably conductors of different bands and things of that nature. But it really is a great training ground for people that love to sing.
That's right, and it's the discipline. There has been a time when I think it was Lassie Holmes was the choir director when I was there, and they be in concert, and something was not going right to her hearing with the choir, and she cut it. Stop. Yeah. We believe in perfection, and people here came to hear perfection.
Well, we started out the show with one of the performances by the college, very uplifting. And you can tell that, number one, the students are disciplined. You know, I mean, they're in their craft. They are very professional. And number two, that there's a lot of love in the music that they're making.
Absolutely.
Which is very heartwarming for me. You know, just watching that and having not gone through the historically black college and university experience. But being married to someone that tells me the stories, I can reference back to those stories and see what's going on. There is really based in love and support.
It's like a family, it's a village, you know, and everybody. Because Rush College, when I was there, it was only about 600 students, and we called it the Hills of Rush College because it sits on the hill. We are right there in the triangle of Arkansas and Mississippi and Tennessee. And we're about 30 miles from Memphis. And as we tell people, you send your kids there, but we don't have an airport for you to land them in your private jets. You know, you have to come from Memphis.
Say you're coming home. You're not going. You're not going to.
That's right.
Yeah.
And they have, and I would say to any kid that's going to be auditioning, you know, take it exactly what it is, serious. And they will nurture you while you're there. You know, they really take care of you, and I'm a witness of that myself.
Yeah. And in the next segment, we're going to talk a little bit about that because I have a surprise question for you that hopefully you're prepared to answer. And all names will be changed to protect the innocent in this. So whatever you reveal to us, we'll make sure, that we don't get anybody in trouble except for you.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm ready for it.
But Rusk College, 1866. And the choir started in 1938. That is an absolute, you're talking about a long time. And the choir has been an integral part of sustaining the college in its operation and helping students not only get to college, but stay in college.
Thank you. I'm a living witness of that, staying in college.
Now, we're going to talk about that in the next segment, but I just want to let all of the viewers know that this is more than just going to school and getting A's, B's, C's, and D's. It's actually like going to family and spending time with them and getting nurtured by them and supported by them. And that's an important point to remember in all of this. So we'll come back in the next segment. I'm going to ask you that surprise question, and then we'll transition into the next topic, okay?
All right.
All right. This is Straightforward with Gloria Strode. I'm Tolly Strode sitting in for Gloria, and we'll be back right after a word from our sponsors.
Straightforward is brought to you by Warrior Outreach. Contact Command Sergeant Major Retired Sam Rhodes or Kathy Rhodes. The Hugel Foundation, enriching the community through Christian music support, community outreach, and the Georgia Through Photography Project. For more information, call B at 706-568-6431. Progressive Funeral Home, family owned and operated since 1952. The George Ford legacy of high standards continues today in the compassionate and professional services provided. A touch of dignity for those who care. Progressive Funeral Home, 4235 St. Mary's Road, trusted by generations. East Alabama Endocrinology, educating and caring for those living with diabetes in Alabama and Georgia. 1400 Bradley Lake Boulevard, 3320 Skyway Drive, Suite 602, Opelika. Take charge of diabetes and live your best life. State Senator Ed Harbison, serving the citizens of Georgia's 15th Senatorial District and on the front line for veterans every day.
History is important because it shows where you're coming from and where you're going. Type 2 diabetes is something that runs in my family, which means I'm at risk. In fact, 1 in 3 American adults are at risk for developing type 2 diabetes. And knowing this, if I do nothing, that family history becomes my family's future. And my family is too important to me for that. Take the risk factor assessment today at AskScreenKnow.com.
Walmart's reason for supporting Thurgood Marshall College Fund is simple. We like to win. And we have been given a lot of exposure to some incredible talent. And we also believe that it's a part of our responsibility to the community to give back. This is a great opportunity to do both. It's been a wonderful experience for us through the years. We've appreciated our partnership. We believe in return on investment, and we have definitely had a remarkable return.
Hi, this is Tolly Strode, and I'm sitting in for Gloria Strode, surprise. And we're going to transition into this last segment with Jerry Jones, who's here to tell us about Rusk College Choir, who will be here in Columbus, Georgia, on the 13th of April at 7 p.m. They'll be performing at St. John's AME Church on Steam Mill Road.
3980 Steam Mill Road.
Right, and if you want to participate in this event, you need to get there a little bit early because they're expecting, as they have seen in the past, they're expecting an overflow attendance. So that's just a word to the wise is sufficient. So I told you I was going to ask you a question.
I've been thinking about that.
You've been thinking about that. I'm happy you have. Tell me your most memorable experience at Rusk College as a student.
and it wasn't pretty. I was basketball and baseball. Baseball was my sport. And I can just very clearly, we would start our season off with teams like Jackson State, Alcorn, which is way down south Mississippi. So the weather is much better. So on the heels of Russ, we get that Midwest weather. And so it's cold in February and March. So this particular Sunday, it was about 70 degrees. And as the captain of the baseball team, I get the team together and we go out in the city at this park and we practice. And that Monday morning, Dr. Macmillan was the president. I got summons to his office. And I know that wasn't nothing pretty. So we talked.
You knew it was going to be some straightening.
Right. So he asked me about the practice on Sunday because you don't do that at Russ. So I talked to him. I said, well, Dr. Macmillan, everything we did was off campus. And there's no violation when we're off campus. He said, okay, did y'all have a good practice? I said, we had a very good practice. And he said, did y'all have the necessary equipment? I said, we had all the equipment. He asked me, did any of that equipment have Russ College 1866 on the side of it? And right then, I knew I was trapped. He said, you represented Russ College on a Sunday. He said, did you go to Sunday school? No, I didn't.
Oh, man, you in trouble, man.
That's when he.
So you broke all sorts of rules, huh?
Right. I was placed on probation.
Yeah. Probation.
That's right, probation.
Practice on Sunday.
Practice on Sunday.
Oh,
at
man.
Russ College. Yes.
Wow.
With their equipment. You go for it, do what you want to do. But when he said 1866 Russ College, and then he got that you would know them, and that's what he was saying. He said, you don't do that. He said, the tradition was here when you got here. And I can assure you, you'll be gone soon with that attitude. By the fruit, you should know them.
Oh,
that's the motto.
Yeah.
And that was not a good fruit.
So there was no more Sunday practices, I'm sure.
Never,
okay.
All
right.
Yeah.
Well, listen, that's all a part of the historically black college and university experience, because I'm sure on the other end of that was, number one, the best intentions for you.
Absolutely.
And a lot of love, because we know that most of our historically or HBCU organizations are not just get an A, get a B, or whatever the case may be. It isn't just in education, it's also a lot of nurturing that goes on. And as you explained to me in another conversation, there's some support for the students that keeps them in college.
Absolutely. And at Russ, and let me say this, you have students from all over the world. You have students there that don't go home until they complete 4 years because they are from another country. And that's Russ College. And it attracts people. Now, when I was there, of course, we didn't have a lot of money. But the school has always stayed in the black. They don't overspend. But they will do whatever to keep you in school financially. Work study program. They have you doing, and you had to work, and that was Russ College. And so it was just like you at home with your mother and father, and this faculty and staff was like that, and a lot of them now I'm still in touch with. A lot of them have passed on, but when I go to Holly Spring, I go home, at least once or twice a year, and I'm making my business.
It's like family, huh?
It is family.
Like old home day, going back.
In fact, the president that's at Russ now, Dr. Beckler, he was a senior when I came to Russ.
Oh, okay.
And the vice president and I finished together at Russ. Okay.
Well, that's a fantastic story, and we're inviting everybody to participate in the Russ College Choir event at St. John AME Church on the 13th of April at 7 p.m. We're going to end the show with a little bit more of Rusk College, and thank you for joining us. This is Tolly Strode for Gloria Strode. It's a blessing to be here, and we invite you to continue to watch us here at Straightforward with Gloria Strode, and to support this great event that's coming up on Saturday, April the 13th with Rusk College Choir.
Oh, for 1,000 tongues to sing my great Redeemer's praise, the glories of my God and King, the triumphs of His grace. My gracious Master and my God, assist me to proclaim, to spread through all the earth abroad the honors of thy name. Jesus, the name that drove the weak, the Jesus of Moses, 'tis music in the sinner's ears, 'tis life and health and peace. He speaks and listening to His voice, new life the dead receive, the mournful broken hearts rejoice, the humble poor believe. He breaks the power of cancelled sin, He sets the prisoner free. His blood can make the faultless clean, His blood availed for me. See all